digili ilorosia tandu bro ugadi baza.
No bank was collapsed under this regime.
Government had to spend a total of some 12 billion Ghana cedi for the banking sector cleanup.
Financial sector bailout has cost this country about 21 billion.
Till this day, we do not know the amount of money spent on the financial sector cleanup, as the figures keep changing.
The investor we brought, they went to evaluate it and then get back to us. A letter was written by Bank of Ghana to our investor that they didn't like the investment. We were not even copied.
Do you think what happened to your bank was possibly because you didn't align to a party strong enough?
Partly.
We had an investor of bringing in almost about 400 million Ghana cedis to the bank. We gave all the copies to the central bank.
Now we are Ibrahim. Also could be Jata cement up to date and MI.
When I reflect on some of these things, then I begin to wonder. Then you begin to rethink about your view of Agyapadie.
The collapse of local banks, with ties to the opposition NDC and other rival political factions during the cleanup operations undertaken by the mother, was a resounding success. It facilitated the flow of substantial financial resources into our war fund through backflow of some of the advertised cleanup costs. Page 5, the Agyapadie document. On the 14th of August 2017, Ghanaians woke up to a shocking revelation. The Bank of Ghana had revoked the licenses of UT Bank and Capital Bank. In one swift move, these two banks were handed over to the Ghana Commercial Bank. The official narrative was clear. UT Bank and Capital Bank were insolvent. Their liabilities outweighed their assets. But was that really the whole truth? Or were these closures part of a deeper, darker plot?
Oh, I'm really disappointed because I know that they have all the technical know-how, the expertise to manage their banks. But I'm surprised. It's surprising.
This is where it all started. Just this one room on this part.
Founded in 1997 by Prince Kofi Amoaben, UT Bank started as Unique Trust Financial Services, providing fast loans to small businesses. It quickly grew, acquiring BPI Bank in 2008 and listing on the Ghana Stock Exchange in 2009. UT Bank was a success story until it wasn't.
The Bank of Ghana asked those banks, I think there were about 9 banks, to submit a recapitalization plan. We are yet to sign off in terms of agree on the feasibility of the plans that have been submitted.
2 weeks before Bank of Ghana declared UT Bank insolvent, Amoaben, seeking to save the bank, had finalized a deal.
In UT's case, about a month to UT's closure, we had a meeting with the Bank of Ghana, and we were promised that with that, the investor we brought, within a few weeks, we were going to evaluate it and then get back to us so we have an EGM to inform our shareholders. And we're a listed company. Now, 1 week to the 14th of August, when UT was surrogated, a letter was written by Bank of Ghana to our investor that they didn't like the investment. We were not even copied, but that investor was our investor.
Without giving UT Bank a chance to negotiate. The question we ask is why?
Do you think what happened to your bank was possibly because you didn't align to a party strong enough?
Partly.
The answer might lie within the Agyapadie document.
Because, sir, now we are president in T. Now we are Ibrahim. So. Or what to me T. Also could be Jata cement.
Among UT Bank's loans were 5 loans linked to Ibrahim Mohammed's business, including Jata Cement. If this loan had been paid, it could have turned the bank's fortunes around. And indeed, Amoaben had already made moves that this loan would be paid. It would have boosted the financial position of the Mahama family, an outcome that could have shifted political dynamics, as Ibrahim Mahama is the younger brother of the leader of Ghana's major opposition party. The bank was closed, but today the government that shut down UT Bank praises Jata Cement as a national asset.
This is the first investment in the cement industry which is wholly Ghanaian owned. But there's no evidence of any country anywhere in the world that has been able to achieve superlative growth without supporting their own indigenous entrepreneurs.
To come into power and kill a local brand which is admired and used internationally.
Was there a better way they could have gone about it?
Of course, you can bail it out.
They did not do bailout attempt for you?
That was in the NDC time.
So you didn't get bailout from the new government?
Oh no, we got assumption from the new government. They took over the bank.
Wow.
We welcome you, the new African. Capital Bank, value for you.
William Atu Asian's Capital Bank followed a similar course, rapid growth, from its humble beginning as a microfinance, later a savings and loans company, and eventually Capital Bank in 2013. In 2015, when Capital Bank faced liquidity challenges, Atu Asian sought international funding.
Do you travel to find money somewhere?
I travel to find money. I engage a lot of people. Ray Soa.
He was introduced to Ray Soa by Yofi Grant, a non-executive director of DataBank Financial Services, to raise funding for the bank. Even after paying 100,000 euros to secure a 35 million euros investment, the funds never materialized.
And we got all the documents indicating the fact that the money was going to be available to us, so we needed to pay 100,000 euro in fulfillment of condition precedent. Then the crystallization follows. As we speak today, I'm hoping for that crystallization to happen.
Resoa eventually became managing director of GCB Bank and led the takeover of Capital Bank.
We will take this opportunity to assure all depositors of the two erstwhile banks, your deposits are protected.
Just like UT Bank, Capital Bank in 2017 also secured investors.
We had an investor in 14th of August 2017.
2017, yes.
We had an investor who had given us a certificate of undertaking of bringing in almost about 400 million Ghana cedis to the bank.
Yeah, that would be enough to recapitalize.
That was more than enough. At the time, we had not even got into
Was this investor local?
It was investor from India.
Did you share with Bank of Ghana?
We did. We gave all the copies to the central bank.
Adding fuel to fire, Atu Asian made damning allegations that two prominent figures from DataBank, Ken Oforiatta and his partner, Kelly Gazipo, attempted to buy the bank in 2016.
Honorable Ken Oforiatta, together with the chief executive of Enterprise Group, were in my office.
Kelly Gazipo.
To
do
say,
what?
We're interested to buy Capital Bank. Yes.
This is when Ken was finance minister?
No, before he became finance minister.
Okay.
That's right.
They came to you,
yes,
that they wanted to buy your bank.
Buy the bank.
Ken Oforiatta and Kelly Gazipo have never denied presenting an expression of interest. Heritage Bank, founded in 2016 by Seydou Agongo, aimed to transform Ghana's banking sector, but had its license revoked in January 2019. The Bank of Ghana cited concerns over capital sources and governance. Mind you, the chairman of Heritage Bank at that time was former finance minister under the opposition NDC and world-class banker and economist Professor Kwesi Buche. Agongo, the founder of the bank, is also a known supporter of the opposition NDC and was accused of funding the bank through a questionable cocoa board deal.
Heritage Bank, among other things, obtained its banking license on 4th October 2016 on the basis of capital with questionable sources.
When questioned about the decision, the governor responded that they don't need a court ruling to deem someone unfit. Merely involvement in a criminal case was enough, even though our law says a person is innocent until proven guilty. This raises suspicion that Agongo was ensnared into legal troubles to justify the closing of the bank, possibly driven by the Agyapadie agenda. Till this day, we do not know the amount of money spent on the financial sector cleanup, as the figures keep changing.
Former Minister Ken Oforiatta stated that the banking sector cleanup was ended and government spent 25 billion.
Government had to spend a total of some 12 billion Ghana cedi for the banking sector cleanup.
Financial sector bailout has cost this country about 21 billion.
Atu Essien was jailed 15 years on charges of conspiracy, money laundering, and stealing. Prince Kofi Mwabeng was initially charged with stealing, but these charges were dropped, and a new set of 42 charges slapped against him. Seydou Agongo is facing 27 charges and has been in court since 2017. Are we witnessing the unraveling of a grand conspiracy? The truth may be hidden, but the questions remain. As we dig deeper, we are left to wonder how much of the Agyapadie document is real and how much more remains uncovered. The choice to believe or dismiss is yours. But remember, sometimes the truth lies in the shadows, waiting to be revealed.
Apa